YouTubers who stage and fake their paranormal content. Why do they do it? Does it cause harm to some of their viewers? And
Hey everybody, it's The Shape, back to another video. Now real quick, I can't comment in the comment section as The Shape. I don't know what's going on. I can go log into YouTube Studios as The Shape, and then I can do the comments in YouTube Studios. But when I'm on YouTube itself watching any video or my own video, I can't comment. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a bug. I've tried everything and I'm still trying stuff. I'm trying to get it fixed. I can heart the comment, but when I go to type a comment and I push send, that little circle that spins and then, publishes the comment, it'll just spin, but it will never put the comment there. I can comment on posts, and I can comment on a live stream, but I cannot, as The Shape, comment in my comment section on my videos or anybody else's videos. It's frustrating, but we'll get it fixed eventually. I made a Twitter just so I could get a hold of YouTube. They got back with me and told me a few things to do that didn't work. But here's my Twitter if you want to go follow me on there, because I plan on doing some stuff on there. But anyway, got a banger video coming immediately after this one. It's going to be a long, really well done video. Well, this one's going to be good. Who am I kidding? Let's get into this video and address this community. Now, I've been meaning to address the community a while now, and I don't make many of these videos, but being as he was already talking about something that I wanted to directly address myself, I figured why not just react to his video, because it's really well done, and put my own thoughts out there on what I've been thinking about this community as well. So, Backroads Haunting will be linked down below or in the description. Well, I can't comment, so it'll be linked 1 year, I promise.
Disclaimer. What you are about to see is a documentary of a real paranormal investigation or a paranormal discussion conducted by real investigators. Everything you see is 100% authentic. We do not have friends hidden, nor do we instruct others to make sounds and voices to make you believe we caught EVP's disembodied voices.
Is it just me, or is this a really, really overly specific disclaimer?
Poltergeist activity, etc. We are not warlocks, nor do we have our buddies pretend to be a garage wall. We do not find someone else's property, such as suitcases, luggage bags, etc., and put it in the back of our car. We do not move an object and claim that it was something unseen. We do not fake our girlfriend's death. We do not go to a location to give our condolences to a very recently murdered family only to pull out our camera equipment and record to make money on a monetized video. We do not use strings, fishing line, or anything else to pull objects down, up, or across the room. Did I miss anything? Probably. But it is what it is. What you will see and what you will hear is 100% the truth.
No, you stop. You stop. Oh, we're done. Let's see what he's got to say.
YouTubers who stage and fake their paranormal content. Why do they do it? Does it cause harm to some of their viewers? And who are these channels that are scamming thousands of people? Well, stick around, because we're going to be getting into that and a whole lot more on this react video of the truth behind faking paranormal. All the paranormal, whether it be real or a bunch of BS like it usually is. But before we get to the nitty-gritty of this video, there's something I need to get off my chest. Debunkers and real paranormal investigators who have YouTube channels like myself are often accused of being jealous or clout chasing.
Now, I wanted to touch upon this real quick. Now, if you're an OG on this channel and you've been here a couple of years, you know all about it. But if you're new here, how many comments have I got in the past? People saying, "Oh, well, you're just doing a video on them because you want views and you can't get them on your own." A lot. Now, when I initially started, 4 years ago, you would be accurate. because I wasn't established yet. So if I put Mo Sargi in the title, yeah, it brought more attention than what I would have normally got. But it worked, didn't it?
And that we're always wrong whenever we call out another channel. 9 times out of 10, they're usually bigger channels. But why do we call out bigger channels? Is it just because they're a big channel? Well, no. If they get caught faking, they're going to be called out.
Mr. Sanders, you are dead on accurate so far. I don't discriminate. And we're going to get in the nitty gritty of that very, very, very soon. And then my next video, which is going to be amazing, it's going to kind of maybe contradict what I'm saying right now. But hey.
Shall I remind everybody of the great urban ghost urban exploration? They were called out for a long time. I even called them out when Rob was pretending to be a garage wall. And I kid you not, their supporters stood behind them. Why? Because they believed the lies that Joe was telling them. That I even saw one comment accusing everybody of being jealous, and that was not Rob standing up against the garage. That was a demon portraying to be Rob.
That reminds me of that video I made, remember? I said, you know, even though there is a human being's hand caught pulling that cabinet door open, somebody will say it's a ghost hand. It's the hand of a spirit. It's the hand of a demon mimicking a human. This isn't that far off.
It just goes to show how deeply invested these supporters are. They believe them. They believe that they're real. But do they really care about lying to you? Let's go back to Rob and Joe. When Joe told everybody that you all are asking us if we stage our content. And the answer is yes. When he says those words, what is Rob doing? He's all giddy. He's smiling up a storm. Because they all think, oh man, this is just one harmless prank that we just played on everyone. But is it really a harmless prank? It's not, because people do get hurt. People donate money believing that this is real.
Now, people can donate to whomever they want, but there are victims in this. And I become more aware of it after debunking a lot of them. A lot of people sent them money thinking, oh, this is real. And would send them money. And when they sent that money and told them, hey man, I'm glad you caught this. This gives me hope that there is an afterlife. They never said, oh well, we were just, oh no, this wasn't a real ghost. No, they never said that. They kept their mouths shut. They took the money. They're not going to pay that back. I'm not saying they have to pay that back. But they did take it under false pretenses.
People say, well, never said that our stuff was real. No, of course not. You just praying before every video, or you going out doing good deeds for everybody, showing that you're a good guy. What if someone was standing in front of the store you were getting ready to enter, and they were holding up a sign that said, hungry, any spare change helps, and their clothes were all torn, old, looks like they haven't been washed in a long time, and you feel bad for them, you know? Gosh, that must suck to be homeless. I know it sucks because I've been homeless before.
So I gotta help them out. I gotta do something. So you give them a $100 bill. You know that $100 bill is gonna mean a lot to that person. You go inside after they say thank you. You say you're welcome. Don't worry about it. You know, you deserve it more than I do. You need it more than I do. You go inside the store, and by the time you get done shopping, you come out and that person's gone. You get in your car, you're pulling out, and you drive right down the side road right alongside of that store, and you see that same person putting a cardboard sign in his backpack right in the trunk of his Lamborghini. Now, are you going to stop? You going to go up to him? And you're going to be like, hey, man, I thought you were homeless.
You were asking for money. So I thought you didn't have no money. What if they turned around and told you, well, what would you think I was homeless for? My sign didn't say homeless. It just said hungry, spare change helps. Would you expect to get your money back because you just got scammed?
That's the truth. I mean, and you can't really say there's a big difference between those two, because bare bones, they're pretty much the same thing. Different circumstances, but the same thing. Like, this guy is he's laying out those bullet points. Pow pow.
Well, of course. Unfortunately, these viewers who donate to them don't get their money back. But debunkers and real investigators, do we only call out big YouTube channels? No. Perfect example as of recently, The Shape
Whoa.
called out Levy, Chasing the Darkness. Chasing the Darkness is the YouTube channel. Levy's the one that runs it, but it's a small channel.
And real quick and to the point, doesn't matter who I call out at all. I've kind of noticed that. That's all thanks to you guys. You guys are way more supportive than any I Deserve or any YouTuber for that matter. But I've done smaller channels to get more views than when I do the bigger channels. It's strange how it works, but that's how it works. This YouTuber here can have 200 subs. I do a video on them and I'll get a lot of views, and then I'll do somebody that's got 10 million subs and it'd be the lowest performed video ever.
But one more, Levy was one of The Shape's friends.
This for me is a touchy subject. I wouldn't say he was a friend. I would say he's still a friend. I don't know if he hates my guts or whatever. I haven't spoke to him in a while. But I still consider him a friend as far as online friend. But as far as if he posts a video that's a ghost hunt, I can't look at it and say, oh yeah, that's going to be real. I can't do that anymore, unfortunately. But Levy is, to me, I think he's a filmmaker at heart, and I hope him the best, and he could make a really good scary movie if he wanted to. He's got all the gifts. I think he could do it well, but as far as me taking his paranormal videos seriously, I can't. He could earn that back, but that takes time. And you got to show that you change. You can't say I'm going to change and just say it. You got to show it through your actions.
He still called him out. Why? Because he's unbiased. If you were being lied to, wouldn't you want to know? You might not like how he does things. I don't always agree with The Shape. He doesn't always agree with me. But I want someone to tell me the truth if I'm being lied to. But nonetheless, The Shape put out a video of Levy and a video that he had recently posted of a alleged shadow figure that he allegedly caught. The Shape thought something was fishy about it, calls him out. Levy responded in the comments, said, hey, I'll go ahead and just send the uncut, unedited footage to Matt Benton. He'll figure it out and everything will be good. Matt Benton is from Devil's Hour Production, another YouTube channel. He's also one of the founders, I believe, of PRU, Paranormal Research Unit, which also has Joe Vitale in it, and Levy was a part of that unit. Levy sends the uncut footage to Matt. Matt is thinking, hey, this is going to be an easy fix. We're just going to go ahead and match this up, sync the audio and make sure everything's good, and then we'll figure out what the shadow is, whether it's someone, a homeless person in the building, or something else, maybe one of their own shadows. But nonetheless, they thought they could figure it out really easy.
On this, I'm going to give you all a little bit of behind the scenes. I don't share personal DMs or conversations, but I will give you the gist of what happened. See, when I saw Levy's video and I saw the inconsistencies in it, first thing I did was I went to Joe, because Joe is pretty down to earth and honest. I called him on the phone, showed him the evidence, and me and him talked for 2 hours about, well, I don't think Levy would stage. I was like, well, I don't know, this looks, but he took Levy's side because, which he didn't have the other camera angle footage yet, so he gave me the other perspective that it might not be fake. And I argued it was, and it was a back and forth, and he made legitimate arguments. And of course I did, because I was right, but that's neither here nor there. What it is, I went way out of my way to, more than I would for any other YouTuber, to hopefully, I was like, man, if you can prove me wrong, prove me wrong. But it didn't happen.
Turned out it wasn't that easy, because they were two different clips, recorded at two separate times, portraying to be the same scene. Matt Benton called out Levy.
Something doesn't look right, Levy. Looking over this footage.
Probably the cutscene, right?
No, it's not that. They're completely two different videos.
So there you have it. You have a real paranormal investigators, and you have a debunker. Not only are they calling out a small channel, which Everyone's always accused debunkers and investigators of calling out big channels, but not only are they calling out a small channel, but they're calling out one of their friends.
And there is a lot of you debunkers actually that are sub to this channel. Small channels growing, do really good work. And if I can give you any advice, one day, if you're going to be friends with people online, one day this will happen to you. Maybe more than once, maybe 15 times. So just keep that in mind, because once you go down this road and you debunk, you just gotta pretend that's not your friend. And that's hard to do. Hardest video I've ever had to make. You gotta say this is just any other YouTuber, and I'm looking at the video as a skeptic, and I'm going to analyze it and put my thoughts. Because if you let personal stuff get in the way, you're done, and you can't do this. You can't do this job and have any biasness at all. You just can't do it. They just don't go hand in hand.
Now, I'm not going to get into Levy's response that he gave on his channel. Normally, I like to show people their response so you kind of get both sides. But his response really wasn't about the video he did. And in fact, his response was childish, ridiculous, and immature that doesn't need to be seen at all. Levy, you're better than that. Delete your response and just man up and own what you did. You get a lot more respect from so many people if you actually did that.
Now, when I watched Levy's video, I didn't... There was a few parts, like the tape recorder part he pointed out. I was like, oh, that's good. I messaged him and said, you might have something there. But he didn't address what he should have addressed. Now, this is just my opinion. But he just pointed a finger at Matt Benton and all that, which he brought up a few things. I was like, okay, you know, he made a few points. I ain't saying it was great, but I hope he addresses it one day and, you know, tells the truth. That's, and I know he's got that in him. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and see.
Now, here's the thing about debunkers that most people don't realize. Most debunkers actually believe in the paranormal. They actually believe it's real. They just know that the majority of videos out there are absolutely ridiculous. And I can tell you right now, after 20-something years of investigating, the paranormal doesn't happen the way that all these other YouTubers are portraying it to happen. It doesn't happen that way. But if you really want to know if the video you're watching is authentic or not, go check out the Debunkers and see if they've ever debunked the channel that you're watching. We've made it to February 2023, and this month makes 3 years since my journey on YouTube has started. I have posted over 30 videos, not that much at all. But in the past 3 years, I have sat back and watched. And I gotta be honest, in those 3 years, I have seen some of the most insane, crazy, out of your mind, unbelievable, oh boy, I want to say other words, but I'm trying to be family friendly, that I've ever seen in my entire life that people called paranormal evidence. No, it's B-rated Hollywood filming. So why do YouTubers fake paranormal? Well, it's easy. What did Joe say when he talked to everybody and told everybody that he was staging? He got a little caught up in the excitement of the fame, being popular. Don't get me wrong, money is the biggest motivator. Now I know a lot of big YouTubers say, oh, we don't make money. We don't make that much money on YouTube.
Let's talk about clout. What is clout? Alright, now look at it this way. Now, I've seen people say they don't make money. Let's just say on TikTok. I've seen people that's got like 2 million followers on TikTok say they don't make no money on TikTok. I'm like, okay, that's fair. Then you go to their bio and oh, there's an OnlyFans. Now, while you're not directly making any money off TikTok, you have an OnlyFans that you are making money off of. And guess where they're all coming from? They're all coming from your TikToks. That's how they know of it, because the clout that applies to YouTube. Maybe you're not making any money on YouTube, but I guarantee you that YouTube is a gateway to where you can make money. Like you'll have every kind of Cash App and all this other stuff, all your other links in the description. Yeah, you may not be directly making money off YouTube, but it's a gateway to funnel in all those people to all of your other stuff.
And even some say, well, you know what, I've never asked any of you guys to donate. I've never asked you to do that. I've never asked you. All I've asked is just watch the video and hit that like. It's completely free. Well, it takes time to watch a video and time's not free.
Now, you remember in a video a little while back where I made a big deal out of time, people taking the time to watch a video? This is why. Because that's the one thing, no matter how much money you have, you can't buy more time. You can buy a timeshare, but you can't buy time. It keeps going one direction, and you can't get it back. It's a very, 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 probably your most valuable commodity. Now, if you're a mother or dad, or grandfather, grandmother, granddad, comment below, what's more valuable than the time you have with your daughter, your granddaughter, your grandson, your son, or time with any relative that you love and care about and cherish? Time. It's the one thing we can't buy. It's one thing we can't add on. And when I said that in my older video, a few people are like, oh, you're making a big deal out of time. 30-minute video after video after video, that adds up to months. Years for some.
Not nowadays. Now I get it. Everybody wants to blame pin the bad guy, button on debunkers and other real investigators who call out these channels. I get it. This is the day and age where criminals are treated like victims and victims are crucified. I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. But the truth to why all these YouTubers are faking, why do they want to fake? Because they get the views. Views translates to ad revenue. Ad revenue pays them money. And the more content they fake, the more views they get, the more subscribers they get, the more ad revenue they make. And all the while doing that, they do these good deeds to make you think they're such a good guy. There's no way that person can be lying to me.
And see, this is another thing that he brought up that I wanted to address as well. And that is, I don't know how many times, and I understand it, don't get me wrong, but I've had people say, well, this channel that you called out, they actually help families and stuff like that. And I do respect that. So don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying here. But what I'm saying here, a lot of them have come to, tell me directly, we help families, but you didn't know that. And we put it in our videos, but you didn't know we go around helping families. And I'm like, well, good for you. What does that have to do with me debunking you, though? What does it have to do with me saying your video is staged?
Look at all the good they've done. And they might be good people. They might be good people. I don't deny that one bit. But just because they're good people doesn't mean they don't lie. Look at Joe from Urban Ghost Urban Exploration. This is going to be the third time I'm using them because they did a lot of crappy things. He prayed at the beginning of every video. He prayed knowing that he was going to go in there and stage everything and lie to you guys.
And once again, another thing that I want to address. Alright, talking about preying on people. Alright, he prayed before every ghost hunt. Joe from Ugu. Lord, please help me. I'm in this dangerous ghost demon infested place. Please, Lord, help me. Going in knowing that he was staging. Think about that a second. Let that sink in. Go ahead, I'll wait. Go ahead. Okay, now that it's sunk in.
There's still people out there saying, he's a good person. I don't think Joe is a good person. That's my opinion. You can't pray while lying to somebody. And they say, oh, well, you should give him a second chance. Well, how many videos did he make where he prayed and lied to everybody? That's how many chances he's already had.
I have to get deep on you, ladies and gentlemen. See, no matter what you do, when you mistreat somebody, me and everybody else, doesn't matter. I'm not above it. Nobody is. It's going to come back to you. You can bank on it. You can bet on it. And even if it isn't life coming back at you, in your brain, you're going to equate that this bad happening that just happened right now, even though nobody else knows about it. You might very well equate it to, maybe I shouldn't have done all those people dirty. Maybe I shouldn't have lied to all those people. Maybe I should have been a great person. I'm not saying I'm a saint. Like I said, I'm not above it.
Don't let that cloud your judgment on whether it's real or not. And I want to make sure that everyone knows I am not saying the paranormal is not real. I know it's real. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. I've heard it with my own 2 ears. This is what they are good at and what they are real about. They're excellent editors. They edit videos like no other. They really should be in the film industry, not on YouTube. But that's why YouTubers stage their content.
And this is something I addressed also in past videos. They're filmmakers. Franco TV, people like that. They're filmmakers. Now the problem with ghosts is, and I said this in the past, they don't work on a clock. Like, time to clock in, it's nighttime. It doesn't work like that. From what I hear from a lot of paranormal investigators, they're lucky if they catch an EVP in a whole investigation a few days. Now think about it this way. A ghost hunter, he's got a book like whatever place he's going to, which costs money. Okay, then he's got to travel to that location. Got to put time and effort into that location, filming, editing, all of that. Now what if he goes there at this location that he booked and paid for, costed a lot of money, and doesn't catch anything? And a lot of times you wouldn't. But how many of these bigger ghost hunters ever go to these places and not catch anything? I haven't seen paranormal files go anywhere and not catch something. Every video is better than the last. Like, this is the scariest video. Nope. Next week, then, this is the scariest video we've ever. Then the next video after that, this is the most scariest encounter we've ever had. So apparently they're 10 for 10 on every location that they go to. See, that's the problem, because what I hear, ghosts don't work like that, but apparently it does for a lot of YouTubers. And let that sink in.
Now, does staging and faking paranormal content cause harm to some of their viewers? Yes. I know what some of you are thinking. Oh, bull. How can it cause harm to anybody? Well, when someone believes so much and they start donating money left and right, financially they start getting in trouble. But that's not what I'm talking about by it being harmful. What I'm talking about is everyone mourns differently. Some of us move on faster when we lose a loved one than others do. But those ones that don't move on faster, some of them have a hard time moving on at all. They go into a state of depression, and then to keep their mind busy and not think about what they've lost, they start doing things. One of the things that people do is go on YouTube and watch YouTube videos. It occupies their mind. Then they come across paranormal videos, and then they start getting thoughts in their head. Hey, look, I could contact my lost loved one. I wonder how easy it is. And then they start watching all these videos about all these channels are getting paranormal activity, but some of them even take it a step further. They watch these videos over and over and over, and it becomes religious to them to watch these videos. And then they start thinking, maybe I could contact a medium. But be careful, because if you do, you might have that medium tell you, hey, look, you could still have a relationship with that person who died that you love so much. But if they tell you that, then you'd be just like this guy. Spent almost $750,000 on psychics who told him he could still have a relationship with someone he loved in the past who has passed on. Now, thankfully, those scammers have been arrested, but he ain't getting his money back. The reason why lies are considered to be not okay is because they cause pain, they cause hurt, they cause problems, they cause chaos. That's why you don't lie in the first place. Now, I'm not saying I've never lied before. But what I'm saying is, having a platform like this, you have a responsibility. And in that responsibility comes authenticity, unless you state otherwise. You want to be a filmmaker? Be a filmmaker and tell your viewers, hey, I'm doing this whole film. This is all not real. It's all fictional. but I want you guys to tell me what you think. You want to put your editing skills to work, then do it, but be real with your people.
Now you see why I picked this video and why I let that whole clip play out that long, because he addressed something that I've never really deep dived into, but I'm glad that he addressed it because it needed addressed, and I think it rings very true. A lot of times we don't see, the victims of this. A lot of times, I've never had anybody like directly message me saying that I helped them out as far as them seeing the other side could be real and stuff like that. If anything, it'd be the opposite because I'm what I do. I sit on the fence though. I've never said it's ghosts are real, paranormal's real, or it's staged, or not real. I'm just right on the fence. I'm open-minded to both. But if we get the fake out of the way, that leaves us with something. I'm not saying it's ghosts, but it leaves us with something.
And I think one of the most disgusting things I've seen in the recent days is now I've seen YouTubers sitting there and asking their viewers, hey, if you can, donate a super chat. Wow, that takes some cojones. But now you're probably wondering, who are these channels that are scamming thousands of people? Well, did you really think I was going to call out every single channel that I believe is faking? No, I wouldn't do that. I mean, that would take just forever if I just started talking about every YouTuber who was faking paranormal content. Unbelievable. It would just take too long. So I'm not going to do that. But that's gonna...
Oh, by the way, the secret word is inevitable. Just like we are as debunkers. Now, I really wanted to address and more than anything, I wanted y'all just to watch his video because I'm telling you, it's really well done and everything he said made a lot of sense, and he really deep dived into things I really don't have a lot of time to deep dive into. So I figured, why not just deep dive all on one video, get my concerns out, and that way I can keep my debunking schedule going. But anyway, I really just want to... My last video, of course, was copyright claimed. Epidemic sounds. Again. Okay? There's 3 seconds of their song in your video. I don't care if your video is an hour long. They don't get a percentage of 3 seconds. If they copyright claim the video, they get the entire video, whatever you make, in ad revenue. So if it wasn't for you guys that go above and beyond as many copyright claims I had the last few months, I don't know what I'd have done, right? You guys, I really appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Just the fact you watch, that's amazing. That's more than I deserve. It's more than any YouTuber deserves. Appreciate you. And the next video is, mwah, it's a good one. It's Chef's Kiss. It's great. I love you guys. Love each and every one of you. And one more thing. I've had comments where people say my video really helps their day, helps them get through a rough day, or help them through any traumatic experience. I've had quite a few comments that them really touch home. They really hit deep. And I really appreciate it. I see every comment, but I feel those. I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Y'all come back now. You hear? Peace.